Stranger Things, Season 5, Volume 1 has shaken the internet, not because of a character death, not because of a twist, but because of a theory. A theory so wild, so convincing, and so disturbing that fans are now questioning the entire foundation of the show. A theory that says Henry Creel and Vecna are not the same person. At least, not anymore. In today's deep dive, we're breaking down the hidden clues the Duffers quietly planted, the contradictions in Vecna's story, the ancient secrets of the Upside Down, and why Season 5 practically confirmed that Henry and Vecna might be separate beings trapped inside one monstrous existence. This is not a surface-level explanation. This is the full truth, or at least as close as we can get before Volume 2 arrives. And if you haven't watched our previous video on the top, Stranger Things Conspiracy Theories, make sure you check that out after this one. It connects directly with today's topic. Now, let's open the gate. To understand the separation theory, we have to revisit what we've been told. The official timeline is simple. Henry Creel is born with psychic powers. He murders his family. Dr. Brenner finds him and transforms him into Subject 001. A young 11 sends Henry into the Upside Down. The dimension mutates him into the creature we know as Vecna. That is the canon. But suddenly, in Season 5, Volume 1, things change. Suddenly, Vecna behaves less like Henry and more like a cosmic ancient entity. Suddenly, Henry's voice, tone, and personality feel disconnected from the present stalking Hawkins. Suddenly, Will claims he feels something different, something older, and fans realize that maybe Henry didn't become Vecna. Maybe Vecna became Henry's master. The first major clue is this. The Upside Down existed long before Henry arrived. This destroys the belief that Henry created it or shaped it. No, Henry was an intruder. So if Henry didn't create the Upside Down, then who did? Who ruled it? Who built its hive mind? This simple question gave birth to the idea that Vecna might not be Henry at all, but an ancient entity that took over Henry the moment he arrived. If the Upside Down existed before Henry, that means it had a consciousness, a ruler, and its own identity long before Henry ever opened his first portal. And that leads us to the theory that Henry Creel is the human body, but Vecna is the ancient entity that took control of that body. But we're just getting started. Season 5 introduces another chilling clue. Whenever Will senses Vecna, he doesn't describe Henry. He doesn't describe anger or revenge. He describes something beyond human, something ancient, something cold, something endless. That one word, endless, is everything. Henry is not endless, but the Upside Down's consciousness might be. Fans propose that when Henry landed in the Upside Down, he attracted the interest of a dormant, godlike entity, an entity that the fandom calls the Prime Mind, or the True Vecna. This being latched onto Henry, fused with him, and reshaped him into a vessel. This explains why Vecna's personality changed so drastically between Seasons 4 and 5. Henry was emotional. He ranted, monologued, mocked, and carried his human ego. But in Season 5, Vecna becomes something else. Something colder. Something silent. Something older. Almost as if the human mind inside the creature is being slowly consumed by something more powerful. Another major clue is the Upside Down's time paradox. The Upside Down is frozen on November 6th, 1983, the day Will Byers disappeared. But Henry entered the Upside Down decades earlier. If Henry created Vecna, why isn't the Upside Down frozen on his timeline? Fans believe the dimension froze at the exact moment Will entered because Will's presence woke up the true ancient entity. Will is sensitive, psychic adjacent, a perfect antenna. His arrival may have jolted the creature awake. The dimension froze like a glitch, like a system rebooting, like an ancient mind opening its eyes. This doesn't align with Henry's story at all. It aligns with the awakening of something far older. But the next clue is even stronger. In Season 5, Vecna appears in ways we've never seen before, manifesting as shadows, mist, hive clusters, and a consciousness that seems to move instantly between locations. These powers do not match Henry's previous abilities. Henry had psychic and telekinetic powers, very human limitations. But this new Vecna displays abilities that look like dimensional control, reality shaping, and omnipresence. These are not the abilities of a mutated human. These are the abilities of an ancient entity. The theory argues that Henry has lost control. The ancient upside-down intelligence, the real Vecna, has taken over. And this leads to the biggest clue. The hive mind behaves like a separate brain. For years, we were told Vecna controls the hive mind. But in Season 5, the hive mind reacts before Vecna appears. It reacts even when Vecna is unconscious. It reacts when Henry's body is nowhere near. This means the hive mind has its own intelligence. And if it has its own intelligence, then Vecna might not be its leader at all. He might just be a vessel the hive mind wears. Henry Creel is a passenger. Vecna is the merged identity. But the true mind, the ancient mind, is something else completely. If you're enjoying this breakdown, make sure you watch our previous Stranger Things conspiracy video right after this. It ties perfectly into today's theory. Now let's continue. One of the most overlooked but powerful clues is Henry's disappearing personality. Rewatch Henry's speeches in Season 4.
Are a unique type of pest, multiplying.
He speaks like a person, twisted, yes, but human. He uses emotion, sarcasm, pride. He monologues because villains love monologues. But in Season 5, Vecna stops speaking. He doesn't explain, he doesn't taunt, he doesn't gloat, he only watches. This silence is not human. This silence is not Henry. This silence feels like a predatory presence studying its prey. This silence is the ancient entity overtaking Henry's consciousness. Henry is fading. The real Vecna is waking up. Will Byers' connection strengthens this theory even further. When Will senses the creature, he never describes Henry. He describes something endless, ancient, and cold. Will is not feeling a human mind. He's feeling the entity inside Henry. The real Vecna, the ancient upside-down consciousness. This leads us to the heart of the theory. Henry and Vecna are two minds sharing one body. Henry is the human consciousness. Vecna is the ancient consciousness. At first they merged, but now Vecna has begun overpowering the human mind. This explains everything. Henry's fading personality, Vecna's new powers, the hive mind acting independently, Will sensing something different. The Upside Down's ancient existence. Vecna is not a human villain. He is an eldritch god wearing a human body, like a suit. And if this theory is correct, Season 5 is not building toward a simple kill the villain ending. Killing Henry will not kill Vecna. It will only free the ancient entity completely. It means 11 is not fighting a man. She's fighting a dimension. It means Will is not connected to Henry. He's connected to the original ruler of the Upside Down. It means the final battle might involve the awakening of the true mastermind, an entity that predates Henry, predates Hawkins, and predates human understanding. So the final question is this: if Vecna isn't Henry, then who or what is Vecna really? And that, my friends, is the mystery we will explore in our next video. Make sure to subscribe, share your thoughts in the comments, and check out our latest Stranger Things breakdown. where we explore the top conspiracy theories that might secretly be coming true. Because in the Upside Down, nothing stays asleep forever.